Hey everybody, happy Sunday. I hope that wherever you are and whatever you're doing, you are having an amazing Sunday. Whew, that was quite a week. Ioniq 5, battery recall, all the other things. I had to drive up to see Kate Walton Elliott up in where she lives, which is about 110 miles north of me, to deliver some very nice new camera equipment, which is only possible thanks to you kind people. If you hadn't supported the channel, I wouldn't be recording this on the camera that I'm recording it on. Kate wouldn't be getting a new camera set up so that she can film really high quality 4K videos about converting Rebecca, her Morris Minor, to electric. And we just wouldn't be growing. And yes, I know I'm wearing a really terrible hoodie that's faded and not great, but I do have a question about that a bit later on, which I'll come to after my Sunday musing. Today, I want to talk to you about grassroots movements. And I know that Erin has put a gardening in her thumbnail for today's video, which is kind of funny. But grassroots movements can encompass pretty much anything. And so I want to know how many of you are involved in renewable energy grassroots campaigns, in electric vehicle grassroots campaigns, maybe other sustainable grassroots campaigns. And I think that grassroots movements can really help us become engaged with our local community. It can help us become more engaged with a particular movement that we feel passionate about. I'm sorry, my rooster is doing unspeakable things to one of the chickens. It is only nature. Not on camera, please. Where was I? Grassroots. I'm going to keep this in the video because I know it'll make some of you laugh. The chickens couldn't get back in the coop. The door had blown shut, so they were just hanging out by where the camera is. And I think the rooster decided he was going to have his wicked way with one of the ladies, as that's what he does because he's a rooster anyway. Grassroots campaigns are a great way of engaging in your local community, of helping support a cause that you feel passionate about, and also having your voice heard by local officials, be it your local representatives at a local level even. So like the city council. He's doing it again with a different bird. He's obviously, this is R-rated. You can't hear all of the screams, but I can see the screams. Local officials, whether it's national, whether it's international, different countries around the world obviously have different government structures. So if you're in Europe, for example, maybe it's your local European Member of Parliament that you go and talk to about particular topics that you feel passionate about. But by working with grassroots movements, you have more power than just having one person. Like if you, as a one person, write a letter to your local Member of Parliament or your local representative and you ask for something, they can and often do completely ignore it. But if you are part of a local community group that all decide to write to that person at the same time, or maybe even ask for an appointment to see that person, then suddenly you have more power and you can affect more change. Now, grassroots community is alive and well in the EV industry. We have obviously the EVA, the Electric Vehicle Association. We also have Plug-in America, but there are other groups all around the world. Plug-in Scotland is another great one in Scotland. And these groups allow people to not only educate other people locally and encourage other people to make the transition, but they can also affect change at a local, national or international level. Good example of this is when I used to live in the UK, I ran a group called BVOB, Battery Electric Vehicles of Bristol, because Bristol is where I used to live. And we actually successfully campaigned way back in 2007 to install EV charging points at a local mall. We approached the local mall as a group and went, hey, we represent a fairly large group of local EV drivers. We would like there to be a charging station at your shopping centre. And they said, okay, and they put it in. Had we just gone one by one and said, hey, how about it? We'd have probably been told no. So I want to know in the comments section below, not about how disgusting he is or natural he is or whatever you want, however way you want to put it. I'm still chuckling about that. I want to know in the comments below, what grassroots campaigns you are a member of in the sustainable and EV world. I don't necessarily want to know every single grassroots group that you were a member of, but if it's got anything to do with sustainable energy, green transportation, I would love to know. Maybe it's a coalition to support electric vehicle adoption. Maybe it's a cycling campaign. I used to be a member of the London Cycling Campaign when I lived in London, which was a great campaign organisation that advocated for more cycle tracks, safer cycle tracks. It advocated for cyclists. It came with some benefits like having insurance in case the unspeakable happened when you were on the road. A great organisation. So tell me about your local grassroots. It may be even gardening. Let's throw gardening and sustainable permaculture in there too, because I'd love to know. Personally, right now, I'm a member of the Electric Vehicle Association. And I'm also a member of a local community energy coalition. Part of the reason for that is because that was a requirement to have the solar loan, to put the solar panels on our roof. But it's all good stuff. And I would love for you all to share, because maybe there's somebody local to you who doesn't know about a particular group that you are in. Spread the love, spread the good word. And I think the more local community organisations do, the easier it is at a local, national and international level to get the policies that you want to see paid attention to and listened to by those in power. Because after all, elected officials answer to the people that they represent, or at least they should, and not to the person with a big checkbook who's asking them to do something for special interest. Before I go, all the chickens have pretty much gone to bed now. Whew, that was R-rated there for a minute. I do want to know what you'd like to see me in. I don't mean what do you want me to wear per se. Hoodies and t-shirts are here to stay. I don't like getting dressed up, and I know some of you have a problem with that and some people don't. But I feel comfortable in camera with t-shirts, and I'm in the process of looking for other t-shirts to wear. At the moment, I've been just wearing my own personal collection. Some of them are getting a little bit ratty, including this hoodie. So I thought it would be cool to maybe look out for other YouTubers and start to collaborate with other YouTubers to wear their swag. So if there's somebody who you think it would be really cool for me to wear one of their t-shirts, whether it's from renewable energy, electricity, EVs, something like that, let me know. Maybe it's someone who does nerdy stuff. I would like to get some hoodies supporting Rocky Linux, for example, which is the new Linux that's being set up to replace CentOS after CentOS took away our long-term support for CentOS 8. I'm still cross about that. But anyway, if there are any YouTubers or folks that you think it would be great for us to do a t-shirt swap with, let me know. We actually did it with 45 Drives, and we worked with 45 Drives on our server. We sent them a bunch of Transport Evolved t-shirt swag, and they sent us a bunch of 45 Drive swag, and I still sometimes wear them. Anyway, send me your ideas. I'm open to hoodies, t-shirts, polo shirts, whatever. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm sorry about the chickens. I do feel embarrassed. I joked, I laughed. We laugh when we get nervous, right? So, yeah. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thanks to those who support the channel. They're scrolling by on the right. You guys are totally awesome. Without you, as I said, we wouldn't be doing this with these cameras. So, until next week, thanks for watching. Keep evolving.